Hello and welcome to Everything Matters. So today I'll be talking about my little experience with bitterness. How I went from being a very happy person, being a very joyful person, to becoming someone that's so bitter I couldn't even recognize myself. Now, I'm not saying I'm now immune to bitterness, because I'm not. I'm human and things happen and things would always get to me. But I know better that when I start having these negative feelings, I need to tell myself, I need to pick myself up and not dwell on these negative emotions. So like I said, we'll be talking about my experience and what steps I took to come out of bitterness. Hello and welcome back to Everything Matters with Tari. I'm here to give you lifestyle advice and tips to help you live your dreams and achieve your goals faster. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do, and don't forget to click the notification icon so you don't miss out on any of my updates. Okay, so not so long ago, I realized that I was so unhappy, I was sad, I was easily irritated, I lost my joy, I couldn't even recognize myself. I was angry at everything, I was angry at myself, I was angry at my friends, my family, every little thing got me angry. I was so bitter. Now, I couldn't find any reason to be happy. No matter what you did, no matter what you said, there was no way to pick me up. I was so down, I was sad, I was broken. So I started to ask myself, like, why was I feeling this way? Because that's what I do. I like to ask myself questions. Why do you feel the way you do? Even when I'm happy, I ask myself, why are you so happy? What makes you happy? When I'm sad, I ask myself, why are you sad? Okay, so I started asking myself the same question. Why do you feel so down? Why do you feel so broken? And I think that's one of the things that we need to ask. So if you are one of those people that are bitter, if you're bitter, if you find out that you're feeling bitter, what you need to do is ask yourself, like, okay, why do I feel this way? Because once you know the reason why, then you can go ahead and take steps towards making yourself better. Once you know the reason why something is the way it is, then you can go ahead and look for a solution. Without knowing what the reason is, you don't have a solution. Say, for instance, someone is sick and they go to the hospital. What the doctors will do is they will do a blood test, do a scan, whatever they need to do, just so they will be able to find out what the cause of the problem is. So that's what I did. So I want you to do the same thing. If you are going through whatever it is you are going through, you need to ask yourself questions. Why do I feel this way? Why am I having this kind of feelings? Okay, and once you're able to find out what the problem is, then you can go ahead and get a solution for it. Okay, and the number one thing why people feel bitter is unmet expectations. And for me, that was just the major reason. I felt like I had expectations that were not met. So I had friends and family. I expected them to do some things. They were not doing it. I felt broken because I expected them to love me. I expected them to take me as number one. But the truth of the matter is they are number one to themselves, just like you are number one to yourself. Okay, and everyone has issues they are dealing with, so you cannot expect them to leave their issues and deal with your issues. Well, some people can do, like a mother can leave her issues and deal with the issues of a child, but not any other person. Okay, so I expected them to do that, but that's actually not practical. And what helped me was realizing that, you know what, these people have their own issues as well. Why don't you concentrate on yourself and make yourself happy instead of expecting them to do something for you? Okay, so that's the number one thing. I was reading somewhere where it says expectation is the mother of frustration, and which is true. People get frustrated because they expect people to do something. So a husband and a wife together, they expect certain things, and when they're not done, they get frustrated. Friends, for family, when you expect something in your business or in your job, if it doesn't come, you get frustrated. So expectation is the mother of frustration if it is not well managed. Okay, so we need to be able to manage our expectations. Know that there are things that are within your control, things that you can do and things that you cannot do. Things that you can control, fine. If you expect that you need to do this and you're able to do it, that's fine. But then there are some things that you can't control. You cannot control people's behaviors, people's reaction towards you. You cannot control it. So there, you need to be able to manage your expectations. The other thing that affects a lot of people, why people get bitter, is disappointment. So a lot of people get disappointed and they hold on to that disappointment for months, for weeks, for years, and not let go. The truth of the matter is that the more you stay bitter, the more difficult it is for you to come out of that disappointment. The more difficult it is for you to come out of that bitterness. Say for people that have had broken marriages that haven't worked out, or you have a failed business, or maybe a friend disappointed you, whatever it is that you're disappointed in, you need to let go. The more you hold on to it, the more difficult it is for you to come out. So you need to let go of that disappointment. Okay, so another reason why people get bitter is when they lose a loved one. Say, for instance, someone so close to you die. Maybe you lose someone so close to you. I do remember when I lost my dad a couple of years ago. I was so bitter. I was so down. It was so hard. I could not bring myself up. I started asking myself, well, how can I get myself up? I just couldn't. It was impossible. The only thing that would help in such instances is time. With the passage of time, all the wounds get healed. You never forget the people, but with time you get to learn to live without them. Okay, it was really hard for me, but thankfully I overcame it. I still miss my dad. I still love him. I miss him. But the truth of the matter is that if I keep holding on to the fact that, oh, my dad is gone, what can I do? Then I would never be able to come out. I would just stay bitter and depressed. And that's one thing. The more you stay bitter, the more you get depressed, which is really, really bad. Okay, another reason why some people are bitter is due to betrayal. Some people are betrayed, therefore they stay bitter. Some people have had hurt in the past. Some people have had abuses in the past. Someone that overcame bitterness in her life is Joyce Meyer. She was abused as a child. As a young girl, she was abused. She went through a lot. But she's used that energy, all those bitterness, all those negative things that have happened in her life, she's used it to become a better person. Okay, so that's what we want to do. We don't want to hold on to the hurt and the pain. We don't want to keep ruminating over the past, over the hurts, over the things that people have done to us, because the more you do it, the more you stay down, the more you will not be able to come up. Okay, and what happens when you are bitter? You lose a lot of important relationships. Okay, so nobody wants to come near someone that's bitter. I don't want to stay close to someone that's bitter, because they get easily angry, they're irritated, they're shouting at you. Why? Because they are bitter. They have no reason to be happy. They don't find any reason to be happy, just like I was a couple of months ago. Okay, so you lose a lot of good and important relationships. You miss opportunities. It creates an aura around you that people don't want to come near you at all. Okay, so we don't want that kind of environment. We don't want that around us. We want to stay happy and joyful. You want to stay away from people that have negative energy, negative vibes coming out from them. And believe me, people can tell when you're not happy because of the vibe that you bring out from your environment. Okay, so you miss a lot of opportunities from people that would have come your way. They will not come near you because you're not happy, because you are bitter. Okay, another thing that happens when you are bitter is the fact that it affects your health. Okay, so you get depressed, you're down, you can't bring yourself up. Before you know it, you start having high blood pressure. Before you know it, you have this illness or that illness. Even the Bible says a merry heart wear good like medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones. Okay, so you want to be happy so that you don't fall sick. You don't want to be bitter. You don't want to be depressed, because when you are, you begin to have one form of illness or another. It's a doctor's appointment. And I do know, because when I was bitter, I had so many doctor's appointments. This is wrong. I go for a test. I even got a call in the middle of the night from the hospital to come to the hospital for a test. You know, so many things just keep happening to you. But the minute you change your perspective from being bitter, those things begin to go away. You begin to be happy. Good things begin to happen in your life. So you want to do everything you can to avoid being bitter. You want to do everything you can to be happy, to be joyful. And how can you, what do you need to do? So if you find yourself in a place where you're bitter, I know it's not easy to just come out and say, I'm no longer bitter. It's not hard. You need to go through the process. You need to think about it. Why am I feeling this way? What has caused it? So you need to find, the first thing is to find the root cause, and then you can be able to take steps towards getting rid of those feelings. Okay, so once you've been able to find out the reason, then what you want to do is forgive. So if someone has hurt you, you need to forgive. You need to let them go. Okay, because when you do that, you're not for them, but you're doing it for yourself. Okay, so because it takes a lot of weight away from you, it gives you a light heart. Okay, and it is really important that you forgive and let go and begin to have a positive energy around. The thing you want to do if you want to come out of bitterness is to take a break. Really important. Really, for me, that's even the most important thing. You want to take a break from whatever it is that is causing you to be bitter, whatever it is that's triggering. So whatever the trigger is, whatever is causing you to be bitter, you want to take yourself away. You want to take a break away from them. Separate yourself. If it's people that are causing you to be bitter, so if you know that certain people cause you to be bitter, stay away from them. Take a break from them for a while. If it's certain places, take yourself away from there. Don't go there for a while. And for me, that's what I did, because I realized that being around this set of people caused me to be bitter. Being around, so I just, you know what, I need a break. And thankfully, it's been a great help to me. Staying away from, taking a break from the triggers of those bitterness has helped me a lot. So it is really important that you find out what it is that's causing you to be bitter and then take a break from. Another thing you want to do is to change your focus. Okay, so you want to change your focus from the things that are causing. So instead of thinking and dwelling on the negative, instead of thinking and dwelling on the things that are causing you to be bitter, take your eyes away from them, take your focus away from them, and begin to focus on the things that are positive in your life. Think about the things that you should be grateful for. I did a video about the power of gratitude. If you haven't seen that video, you should see the video, because it is very important. It tells you how to change your perspective by being grateful. Okay, so you want to change your focus from those things that are causing you to be bitter, and focus on other things that you could be grateful for. Okay, you want to change your focus and begin to reach out to people instead. So call your friends, call your family, have a laugh with someone on the phone. Just change your focus, change your direction of thinking completely, and that will help you to be happy. Okay, so you want to watch comedies, you want to listen to music, you want to do something, just something to distract you from that bitterness. And before you know it, you'll even ask yourself, oh, I was bitter at the time, what happened? How did all this change? So it is important that we change our focus. Another thing that we need to do is to use that negative energy. So whatever it is that is causing you to be bitter, you need to take that energy. So how angry or how bitter you are, just take that energy and drive yourself to success. Okay, a lot of people have done it. People that have suffered in the past, have had a bad childhood, what they do is use that as their why reason, as their why power to make themselves better. So if someone has made you bitter, or if a situation has made you bitter, what you want to do is use that situation to power yourself, to power your drive, to power yourself to become something, to get your dreams and your goals achieved. And the final thing I'm going to talk about today is change the story you tell yourself. Okay, so you might have been telling yourself, oh, this person has done this to me. Oh, I'm sad, I'm unhappy because this has happened, because that has happened. You want to change the story you're telling yourself and tell yourself, you know what, even though this person has done this, you know what, it doesn't really matter. Or even though this has happened, it doesn't really matter. My future is ahead of me. My best is yet to come. I shall be a success. I am not a failure. You need to start saying something completely different to yourself. And before you know it, your perspectives change, your moods is lifted, and you become a better and a happier person for it. Okay, so these are just a few tips for me, how I was bitter at the time, not so long ago actually, and it was a really bad period for me. And I tell everyone, like, okay, I had a very bad time some months ago, but thank God now I'm a lot better. So this is just a few tips, and I hope these tips have been helpful. If they have, please give this video a thumbs up. Please comment and share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.